All right, athletes, welcome back in. Going to get this video kicked off for you right away. No recap because, as you know, you saw the videos last week. It was a good week. If you didn't, check out the Twitter page. Got some lines posted on there from last week. It was a good week. I'm going to be touching on quarterback Matthew Stafford, though, to get started out with here. Going against Green Bay Packers, who, like I said last week, they're known to give up the big play ball. If you look at the Detroit Lions, they have lots of passing receivers options there for you with Kenny Galladay, Golden Tate, and Marvin Jones. I like them all. I'm going to touch on one of those receivers later on in this video. Carson Wentz, another matchup that I really do like, going against the Minnesota Vikings, who have just gotten tore up the last 2 weeks. You saw on Thursday Night Football last week, and then the week before they got tore up by the Buffalo Bills. So I do like Carson Wentz this week, especially now that he has Alshon Jeffrey back. Blake Bortles here for you. So if you guys have been playing DFS for a while, you know Blake Bortles' stats without Leonard Fournette. He becomes a better quarterback pretty much statistically for DFS, so I would like that play as well. And then Matt Ryan, that's just going to be a high total game that I'm going to want to target. So they're going to be him or Big Ben. All right, let's get into the running backs here. Now, to start it off, you can definitely go with Todd Gurley. I just don't really need to touch on guys that are above 9K. So, just play those guys. But Christian McCaffrey, I really do like going against the New York Giants here. Really the only game that a running back struggled against was Lamar Miller with the Houston Texans going against the Giants there, and that's just because they're not really a running team. The New York Giants, besides that, have given up 30 points per game, DK points per game to the running back. TJ Yeldon, another really good, easy matchup for you, going against the Kansas City Chiefs. Leonard Fournette is out. TJ Yeldon might be out as well, so if he's not, Corey Grant would be the play, but I really do like Yeldon at this price. I definitely think he'll hit it at that price point. Casey has just given up a ton of points to the running back. Kind of same thing for Oakland here as well. Gordon is a nice, safe cash play for you. Probably get you around 20 DK points. I think he's going to get you around 25 DK points. Then Mark Walton, going against the Miami Dolphins, who just got tore up last week by James White and Sony Michel. I do really like Mark Walton if Joe Mixon and Giovanni Bernard are out. Let's get into the receivers here, though. Marvin Jones, that's right. This guy, he has just been a beast against the Green Bay Packers ever since he's joined the Detroit Lions. He's averaged 25 PPR points per game against them. So I really like stacking him and Matthew Stafford. You can even go with Golden Tate. He's done well against him too. Maybe Kenny Galladay if that's what you're feeling. You can maybe do a full stack of all three of those passing receivers with Matthew Stafford. Taywan Taylor going against the Buffalo Bills, who I do think they're a little bit better than people are giving them credit for, but I think Taywan Taylor is going to be around a 12 DK play. Now the 18-point projection, that is hoping that he scores a touchdown. If he doesn't, it'll be a 12 DK play for you. D.D. Westbrook, I do really like. Again, he's going against KC, which is an easy matchup with Emmanuel Sanders playing in that slot position. He had a pretty good night last night as well, so I do like D.D. Westbrook working out of the slot against the Kansas City Chiefs. Then Alshon Jeffrey, if we're playing Carson Wentz, you got to play his one of his top receiving options. That's going to be Alshon Jeffrey. He looked really good last week, had over 100 yards receiving, and they're targeting him a lot. Some of the other receivers here, obviously I want to go with Julio and AB, going to be stacking them. If you're stacking that game, you got to try to get both of them in there. Like I said, I really like Golden Tate and Kenny Galladay. Adam Thielen, he just seems like a cash play. And then, like I touched on last week, Jakeem Grant, he's just going to be a lock play, not a lock play for me. He's going to be a tournament option play for me each and every week. And then I do also think Jordan Matthews is a little bit too cheap. He's a guy that I touched on last week. He scored a long touchdown. What do you have? 11 DK points, 12 DK points last week because he scored, he had one reception for 56 yards and a touchdown. So really all those are really not bad options. You could also go with Albert Wilson and, instead of Jakeem Grant if you want. He seems a little bit safer, but I do like both of those options as tournament plays for you. Really no other receivers so far right now. I'll touch on that in the Patron video when I go over my stacking options later on this week on Thursday. I have been posting my position ranks on my Patron page too as well. I have a lot of quarterback rankings, running back rankings, and receiver rankings on there so far. So give that a look. Lastly, I want to touch on the tight ends here. I really do like Zach Ertz. There hasn't been a game where he hasn't received 10 targets. So, that just seems nice and safe. Jared Cook, he has been pretty decent in the games that he hasn't put up 30 DK points or more. Two have been like that. He's put up 8 DK points, so really not a bad play for you. Vance McDonald, he's actually getting the targets and the looks as well, so I like Vance McDonald as a nice little value option for you. But Ricky Seals-Jones going against San Francisco 49ers. They haven't been the best against the tight end, so I think I'm going to be paying down for tight end. And then for defense here, you could go with the New York Jets, LA Rams. I don't mind those options, but I think the Tennessee Titans Buffalo Bills game is not going to be a high scoring one, so you might just want to target one of those two defenses. I know the Buffalo Bills are really priced down right now, so not a bad option. All right, guys, let's get those green screens going. Let's get that like and subscribe going as well. I appreciate it, guys. Let's have a good week.